Hi everyone, I'm Cloud. In today's episode, let's talk about silver. Gold has already broken out to new highs, but silver still hasn't surpassed its historical peak. About a year ago, I randomly talked about gold and silver twice. It was during a time when I was bored, waiting for the solar eclipse, and suddenly got inspired to make those episodes. Surprisingly, both of those predictions turned out to be accurate, which was honestly pure luck. I really don't have deep knowledge. I was just speculating based on astrological transits. I had hoped to discuss the astrology with viewers, but in the comments, no one was talking about that. Everyone was just focused on trading in the next few days. That really shocked me. It was only recently that I realized gold and silver also have candlestick charts, and after seeing them, I noticed that silver looks very bullish technically at the moment. Then I suddenly recalled two things that happened when Uranus first entered Taurus, and they really left a strong impression on me. Let's first revisit those two old videos I made about gold and silver. Now that I've learned how to read candlestick charts, I can finally understand what I was predicting back then, and it's quite interesting. First, I predicted that gold would surge between May 14th and June 13th. Here's May 14th and here's June 13th. That's the exact time frame I mentioned. Indeed, gold peaked around May 20th and then pulled back. I completely missed the rest of the rally because I didn't understand much at the time. I was simply guessing based on astrology. Then I said that silver would rally between June 5 and June 6th. You can see on June 5th, there was a small bullish candle, and on June 6th, a strong green bar shot up. I don't remember what else I said, just that I was sitting in my car, waiting for the solar eclipse, feeling bored. So I looked at the transits and spontaneously recorded those videos. If you're interested, feel free to check out those older episodes. Now let's get back to today's topic. Currently, from a technical analysis point of view, silver looks great on the daily, weekly, monthly, and even yearly charts. The moving averages are beautifully aligned. There doesn't seem to be any major issue at the moment. Of course, the price will likely pull back. It needs to retrace before it can gather strength and break out further. There's also an astrological reason I'm watching closely. Just a personal hypothesis, though. Let me share something that happened shortly after Uranus entered Taurus. According to my astrology software, Uranus entered Taurus on March 19th. Then, just 5 days later, on March 24th, my electric fan suddenly stopped working. I had no choice but to order a new one online, one of the latest designs. But that same afternoon, while I was drying my hairdryer exploded and even sparked with flames. So I ordered a new one too. Just like the fan, it was a hollow type design. Then I threw both broken devices away. 2 appliances broke on the exact same day, and I ended up replacing both with newer models right away. The old ones had been the classic kind and never gave me any trouble, so honestly, I was totally fine with them. At the time, I was studying Uranus, so these 2 incidents left a deep impression on me. They helped me understand that Uranus rules sudden change, disruption, technology, electricity, and innovation. And in financial markets, it brings unexpected moves. As I've said before, Uranus in Taurus is linked to the disruption of traditional monetary systems and possibly to the legalization of cryptocurrencies or institutional clashes. Because Taurus rules money, wealth, banking, and anything of value, it's clear that these are the areas Uranus is here to shake up. As for silver, this is just my personal theory, and I'm not sure if it's a stretch. Please take it only as a reference. I'm thinking, since Uranus rules electricity, and silver is one of the best conductive metals, and Taurus is an earth sign, which relates to underground resources, wealth storage, and precious metals. Or in other words, Taurus symbolizes gold and silver. Then maybe Uranus entering Taurus is like electricity striking the earth. Stable things suddenly get revalued, especially those ruled by Taurus. Also, silver is closely related to technology and electronics, both of which Uranus represents. I read online that silver is widely used in high-tech manufacturing, AI, semiconductors, and renewable energy. So when we combine this with the current technical chart, and the fact that Uranus stays in one sign for 7 years, I believe this is very favorable for silver. Silver may redefine its value during this Uranus in Taurus period. According to the silver natal chart I use, silver is about to enter a new cycle in January next year, transitioning from a Jupiter period to a Saturn period. This Saturn cycle is still Earth energy, so I think it could be healthy for silver. But again, I'm not deeply familiar with silver. I haven't thoroughly reviewed its full history. So this is just my astrological speculation. Please take it as a reference, and if you're more knowledgeable about this planetary cycle and its impact on silver, I welcome you to leave a comment and share your insights. So finally, here's what I think. I believe we could soon see silver reach $45 to $50, maybe even $55 to $60. But I can't give you an exact timeline for that move. Right now, I'm focused on tracking Bitcoin daily, and I've got a lot of things coming up in the second half of the year. That means I simply don't have the time or energy to go back and fully review silver's historical price movements along with its astrological patterns. I'm also not sure how accurate silver's natal chart really is, and if it doesn't match the astrology precisely, that can lead to major errors. In short-term trading, that kind of error can be deadly. That's why historical backtesting is so important. I actually did full cycle backtesting on both Bitcoin and Ethereum before I ever started reporting on them. That's what helped me understand their patterns quickly and accurately. That said, I do believe in silver's future potential. What we can watch for is how silver behaves around its planetary cycle shifts. If the natal chart I'm using is correct, silver is set to enter its next Saturn Mahadasha on January 11, 2026. So the key windows to watch are 1. The few months leading up to that date, and 2. The period just after it begins. Both could show major movement. If you also believe in silver's upside, then any pullbacks in the meantime might be your best chance to enter. Alright, that's it for today. If you found this helpful, please follow my channel and share it with your friends. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.